Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Let's go, let's go. Nah, your boy's not DJing. We are not DJing. We are not DJing. Y'all already know how we do. If you can hear me, drop a 1. If you can see me, you really can't see me yet, drop a 2. If you can hear me, drop a 1. If you can see me, drop a 2. We're getting ready to get started in a second. It's not going to be a long live stream today, but if you can hear me, drop a 1. If you can see me, drop a 2. Let's run that back. Let's run that back. It's Friday. It's a feel-good Friday. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go. If you're happy and you know it, let me see you clap your hands. Oh, man. Something is wrong with you all. Something is wrong. We're going to get started. We're going to get started in a second. Listen, I'm streaming on YouTube. Those of you right now, you may have the honor and the privilege to watch on Facebook, but I'm getting ready to shut that down. Now, I'm getting ready to shut it down, so I need you to click the link in the description. I need you to click the link in the description, because right now, I believe you're having a horrible experience. You're having a horrible experience. I'm live on YouTube, so I need you to click the link in the description, because I believe you're having a horrible experience right now. Like, when I say horrible, I'm pretty sure it's horrible, because I'm pretty sure yeah, you probably see the computer camera, the webcam. You probably hear the microphone audio. I'm pretty sure it sounds crazy. So what I need y'all to do is do me a favor. Go ahead, click the link in the description. Let's get busy. I'm live over on YouTube. I need you to click that link. Let's go ahead and get busy. Thank you for those of you who are watching my YouTube. I promise you, we can get ready to get started in about 1 more minute. We'll just give people a chance to come in. 1 more minute. But in the meantime, let's boogie out, because it's Friday, you know? Let's get it. Yo, what's going on, party people? Listen, y'all already know what to do. Thank you for those of you who are here right now. If you can hear me, I need you to drop a 1 in the comments. If you can see me, I need you to drop a 2. If you can hear me, I need you to drop a 1. If you can see me, I need you to drop a 2. I can't wait to see you all's lovely faces. Walt, if you put the comments up, you may be able to see what you have going on. Again, like I said, I don't necessarily want to take up a lot of time today. Real quick, it's 1:39. Most of you are probably at your desk. You probably came back from lunch, probably having itis right now, ready to get off work because it is Friday. It's a pretty decent day. The weather is pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Not too shabby. But again, if you can hear me, drop a 1 in the comments. If you can see me, drop a 2. Let me know where you are watching from. Shout out to those of you who have been watching the challenge, the 1K, the Think Media 1K YouTube challenge. I've been doing that all week. As a matter of fact, that's going on right now. So I just would decide to put some action to work. I promise you guys I will go live this week. We're supposed to go live Thursday, yesterday, but it's been a crazy week. So I said, hey, let's go live today. Kind of unannounced once again. What we got to do a better job at doing that, especially if you're talking about monetization. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into today's conversation, because again, I want to try to do this as much as possible in 10 minutes. So hopefully, if you got a chance to watch my previous video, drop that in the comments. If you saw my last live stream talking about 4 tips to starting your channel. 4 tips to starting your channel. Let's revisit. Let's see how well I remember those and revisit that real quick. Step number 1 was forget about the tech. Now, if you've been following me on the channel, we're rolling out a lot of information, repurposing some old content, some oldies but goodies. So I'm dropping a new playlist called Clips. So really just kind of get to the point, minus all the intro, the context, all that jazz. So I think we dropped another video talking about the Rode Video Go Mic 2. Those of you who are looking for microphones, if you are using your iPhone as your primary camera, we talked about that as well. Ventura, macOS Ventura is officially here. So those of you who have a Mac that you're able to update to Ventura, I would suggest you do it. Those of you who have an iPhone, which most of you probably do, it goes all the way back to the iPhone 8 and I believe the SE, that you can update to iOS 16. It allows you to use your iPhone. Is what's called a continuity camera. So we've been talking about tech. I've been telling you, forget about the tech. And we've also been talking about tech, talking about how to use the tech. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't want you, that's one of the things that's been going on in the workshop with Think Media. It's like, as Sean Kennel always says, at some point you just got to press record. So I don't want you to focus on the tech. You know, what's the best phone? What's the best camera, Walt? Your phone. The one that you overlook, you know? So number 1 was forget about the tech. Number 2, what did we talk about? Number 2, we talked about learning the language of your audience, learning how to speak your audience's language, learning how to speak your audience's language. So number 1 was forget about the tech. Number 2 was learning how to speak your audience's language. Understanding, especially for those of you who may not necessarily be new to your audience, but you may be new to the platform, which is YouTube. So you're trying to bring over an audience from Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, or I think I said Instagram already. But if you're trying to bring over an audience from that platform to this platform, you got to understand the appetite is going to be different. The only way you're going to learn the appetite of what your audience is able to digest and what they're conditioned for is if you learn the language that they speak. A lot of times in branding, we talk about target audiences, but we don't really go deep in the detail, learning how to be clear, concise, and consistent. Those are the 3 C's we talked about. I'm gonna do another video about that, the 3 C's, as it relates to branding, as it relates to content strategy, marketing strategy. Matter of fact, everything you do in life just as a human being, be clear, be concise, and be consistent. When you show up, be clear, be concise, be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Be clear, be concise, and be consistent. All right. So number 1 was forget about the tech. Number 2 was learn the language of your audience, which led into number 3 is as far as we talked about strategy, content strategy. Once you learn the language of your audience, you learn what they have an appetite for, and what they have an appetite for, you understand what they can handle and what they're conditioned for. What does that mean? So if you're used to listening to 15-second videos, there's no way I can bargain you to come to YouTube and have you sit here for 10, 15 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes, unless there's an extreme value that you're going to get that you can't normally get in a reel. All right. That's one reason why YouTube right now is investing so much in shorts. And one of the things I love is that you're able to repurpose some of your long form content again. So I've been doing that as of late. Some of those old videos, long form content, you're able to kind of break that up. I'm able to quote unquote remix it. I'm able to recreate it, and I'm able to break that down and actually use that as another video, and that actually sends traffic back to the long form video. So again, as I stated in that previous video, if you are not conditioned, to run a half marathon or a full marathon, then in you learning the language that your audience speaks and you learning what they have the appetite for, you have to create content based on how they're conditioned. A lot of times we make the mistakes and we want to create content for us. You got to create content based on how your audience is conditioned. So number one, forget about the tech. Number two, learn to speak the same language your audience speaks. Number three, understanding what your audience is conditioned for and building a content marketing strategy around that. And then number four was pretty much just being authentic, showing up as your best self and having fun. Being authentic, showing up as your best self and having fun. The only thing you can do, the only thing you should be doing is being your best self, showing up, having fun, and doing things the way that you love to do it. So it's 1:45, so we don't have a lot of time left. As a matter of fact, 1:46. So what are we here today? We're talking about monetization. So a lot of times people, they get at me to say, well, everybody's not an entrepreneur. And you're absolutely right. Everybody is not. And then somebody told me everybody's not a content creator. And I'm like, no, actually everybody is a content creator because you are the content. You are the content. So some people don't like when I'm talking about monetization and all these different types of things, but we're going to talk about it today. So for those of you who are just starting out, or it's a goal for you, or you're right there at the precipice, I want you to put that down in the comments. Are you monetized yet? Are you not monetized? How close are you to getting monetized? For those of you who do not know, the eligibility for monetization with YouTube is you have to have, first metric is 1,000 subscribers, all right? 1,000 subscribers. The second metric for eligibility, well, the two main ones is 1,000 subscribers, and then the second main one is you have to have 4,000 public, not unlisted, 4,000 public watch hours in a rolling 12-month period within a year. So 1,000 subscribers. A lot of people, some people have trouble hitting that. Some people have no problem hitting that. A lot of people have trouble getting those watch hours though. Usually you will probably get the 1,000 before you get the watch hours, depending on your niche or your niche, potato, tomato, tomato. Depending on what your niche or your niche is, and depending on the type of content that you're creating for your audience, depending on whether it's entertainment, education, or edutainment, a combination of both, you could actually just go viral and blow up overnight. Is that likely? No, realistically. But is that a possibility? Yes, we do see that happening all the time. So again, that is something you definitely want to keep in mind. So remember those eligibility things. So again, that's the number one thing as far as you can be monetized specifically on the platform. Those of you who create a lot of reels for Instagram, you understand they have a creator fund. There's a possibility there. The downside to that though is the larger the fund becomes, the less money there is. The more people that come into the fund, the less money there is to go around. Same thing with TikTok. They have a fund. Facebook, they have a fund. The beautiful thing with YouTube is it's AdSense. Everything is based on ads. So they're sharing a portion of that. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 55%. Either Shorts is going to be 55%, or I think it's 55% across the board. All right. So that's the beautiful thing regarding YouTube, monetization. There is not a fund. So it's not going to be like, oh my God, if 10 billion people get on YouTube, then they're going to cut the money back. No, that actually makes them more money. So it keeps the split where it is. That's number one. One of the second ways you can do to monetize your content on YouTube is to do things like selling merch. All right. So specifically, like for myself, and I'll show you this real quick. And I'm sorry, y'all, that music is kind of loud. Gonna go to the website, and I think that's one of the dopest things. Like say in your videos, you have a specific clothing line, apparel line, a merch line, or whatever that you may always be featuring. Pro tip, you know what I'm saying? Promote your own products. Don't wait for sponsorship, sponsor yourself. That is one of the dope things that you can do, and you can quote unquote monetize your content by actually selling merch. If it's hot and people like it, then boom. All right, so I'll show you guys this. All right, so here is what I call the Create Collection. It's a collection that I have that's specifically dedicated to content creators. All right, so and this is listed in the description anytime I post a video. All right, now honestly, I have a lot more collections than that. Name of the apparel company is called Creative Brand. Actually, the name of my overarching umbrella company is called the Creative Brand Company. But and y'all forgive me, internet is running kind of crazy today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, creatives, creative, create 24/7. That was a shirt kind of dedicated to Kobe. We got hats, hoodies, all of that. You know, something specific, you know, catering to Black History Month. You know, love never fails. That comes from our script or our faith-based collection or whatever. We have some things going on there. But yeah, if I go back here, and again, you know, if that's something, I just want to spread love. Now, once you get to a certain level within YouTube, you do have the ability to sell merch directly on the platform. I believe that's specifically through Teespring. For example, for those of you who may not know, I have another channel. Other channel is called Fat Boy Finesse. Fat Boy Finesse. So I have merch available through Fat Boy Finesse. One of the shirts we have, what does that say? Internet running slow today. I love my fat boy, get your own. So that's something dope for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I love my fat boy, get your own. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm trying to tell you, we got to get it today. We got to get it. We got to get it. We got to get it. You know what I'm saying? We got another shirt for the ladies. Another shirt for the ladies. It says, get you a fat boy and change your life. And we got it in all the colors. You know what I'm saying? We got it in all the colors. Get you a fat boy and change your life. There's another one that I love. I'm getting excited because I'm up here talking about merch. This one says, rub my belly and make a wish. Rub my belly and make a wish. So again, that's specifically on my other channel. And so again, I know it's a small channel starting out. So I know, okay, one of the ways I kind of want to spread the word and also quote unquote monetize before I'm quote unquote eligible to become a YouTube partner is to do something like sell merch. Now, granted, the merch has got to be hot. It's got to be something clever. It's got to be something that people will wear. Or it's just as far as you building fans that, you know what I'm saying, that people, they just simply want to be a part of. But again, that's the second way. I think that's the second quickest way what you can do to actually sell merch. So number one, you have just the general become monetized by the platform. Number two, you can actually sell merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Where it be t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, hats, you know, bracelets, pins, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. All right, number three, you can do something as far as if you have one of those channels, and this is something I'm going to be doing myself. If you have one of those channels where you do a lot of teaching and you provide a lot of feedback, I think this will be great for you. But I think also my entertainers, one of my favorite entertainers right now is called Big Jaw. I love Big Jaw. Big Jaw has a series going on right now. This gonna sound crazy, but The Lesbian Homie. The series is phenomenal. The season 2, and so it's not a Netflix model, but you know how back in the day with cable, you know when Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Power, all these shows that were at their peak, how you had to wait till the next week to see the next episode because it's not like a sitcom. There's a storyline associated with it. Law and Order, Grey's Anatomy, all these different type of shows. He's now accomplished that. Matter of fact, let me show y'all just so you know who I'm talking about. Big Jaw is absolutely amazing to the max. Yo, I'm trying to tell you. But so what he's done, he does have a Netflix model where he's released all of the content behind the paywall through his app. I think the app is with Moment. Big app for creators. But what he's doing is releasing each episode at a time. So I'm gonna show you his page real quick. This is Big Jaw's page. As you can see, what's in the cover photo? The Lesbian Homie 2. Genius. It's just dope to see kind of how creators, like how they come up, the production quality, all of that. All right. And so the reason I'm mentioning that is because let's say you're not Big Jaw and you don't have 1.54 million subscribers and you're just starting out. Your numbers are closer to mine, or they may be even less. You may only have 100 subscribers today, but the content that you make, you know, there's a lot of value behind it. For myself, personally, I've had one before, but what I would recommend you doing is getting something like a Patreon. Patreon, honestly, right now, it's a crowdfunding app, but it's a community membership app. And far as I'm concerned, it was the best thing for creators. Best thing for creators because, again, it allows you to give tons and tons and tons and tons of more value to your audience. Now, let's say you're starting a show or something like that and you want to put it behind a paywall completely and give people access to, you can do that with Patreon. It allows you to set up different tiers so you can offer different benefits, you know what I'm saying, to your audience. So again, number one, you can just strive to get to that, you know what I'm saying, monetization eligibility on YouTube. Number two, you can do something like sell merch. Or number three, you can crowdfund and look at the memberships. Now, YouTube also has memberships as well. YouTube also has memberships as well. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me check what the eligibility is on that. The eligibility for memberships. All right, so again, you must have 1,000 subscribers to be eligible for memberships. So like right now, I'm eligible for memberships. Now, of course, if you're gonna do memberships on YouTube, doing also a Patreon wouldn't make sense. One thing is, YouTube is going to take a portion of that money. Now, even though Patreon does have a fee, it's nowhere near the percentage that YouTube is going to take. So they're going to split it. That's the biggest thing with channel memberships. They're going to split it or whatever. But again, that's completely up to you. So number one, you can just wait to hit the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 public watch hours within the rolling year. Number two, you can sell merch. You know what I'm saying? Number three, Patreon, all right, if you want to provide more value. Number four is what I love, and then we're gonna get ready to get out of here. And if you have any questions, drop those in the comments. If not, we're gonna get out of here. Number four, what I love is you can offer services. Now, the one thing that I love about content creation is it shows what you do. It shows what you do, and when you do it well, people want to know what you do. After this stream today, I'm gonna get questions or comments like, yo, how did you switch while you were talking? How did you set up the camera behind you? What is the camera that you're using? What are the lights that you're using? What is that right there? What is your setup? And somebody's gonna pay me to come do the same thing for them. How do I know? Because it happens. It happens all the time. It's something that's been happening all the time. All right, because these are services that I offer. Content creation is not something that's just limited to you. That's why learning a skill is so valuable. One of the ways that you can monetize your comment is through learning and improving and mastering a skill that's actually going to produce income in you. That's going to change your life. That's going to change your family's life and start to affect your bottom line. So if you're big, if you are a great editor, you know, if you are a great editor, there are thousands of people out here that are looking at starting YouTube channels, but they're afraid of editing. They don't know how to edit. You can offer that as a service. If you have amazing thumbnails, if you have you may not even be a graphic designer, but for whatever reason, you just make the best thumbnails in the world. You can offer that as a service. Again, you're monetizing yourself. You're monetizing your content by putting your skills on display. Actually, to me, that should have been number one. To me, the platform should be last because it's gonna be the last thing that happens unless you just strike gold overnight. But putting your skills on display is the quickest way for you to get monetized. Now, here's the thing. Here's an addendum, and like I said, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because it's about to strike 2 and I gotta go. You have to find the balance between what you want to do for yourself and what you commit to doing for other people. I have a short that talks about passion versus profit. I literally just watched this today. Passion versus profit. Don't allow your affordability to affect your availability. That's what that video is about. Don't allow your affordability to affect your availability. The reason being is because we often say yes to things that we're really not invested in. We just want the bag. And what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to, I'm speaking from, I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those influencers that shows you the millions and don't show you the behind the scenes and don't show you the low points. No, I want you to come along on this journey with me, because the reality is I've gotten stressed. I've gotten burned out. I've struggled with depression, you know, things that have happened in my personal life, ups and downs. I've lost some great clientele, but and not because you're a bad person, not because you do bad business. It's just because your ambitions and your why and your motives are not in check. So when people are struggling, it's like I always ask them, I'm like, what does your money look like? Because you're saying yes to things you should be saying no to. Not no in a disrespectful way saying you don't want to help them, but because you have to maintain balance and maintain peace. So you can overextend yourself by committing to something you're not invested in. You should never be more invested in somebody else's dreams than your own. If you forget everything else I talked about today, just remember that. Never be more invested in somebody else's dreams more than your own. And that's something I experienced, because when I go hard, I go hard. That's why I charge the prices that I charge, because I'm invested. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't cheap. It's not cheap. It takes time. Putting your skills on display will open major doors to you, but you got to know what doors to walk through and what doors to say respectfully. It's not the time or not the season that I can help you. All right. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, all you see is the screen right now. I'm live on YouTube. If you're listening to me talk to the Mac, you know, the MacBook Pro. The experience sucks. Click the link in the description. Jump over here on YouTube, even though I'm getting ready to get off. But I want you to hit like. I want you to share this with somebody, your favorite creator, your favorite entrepreneur. Because again, as I stated in that video, when it comes to passion versus profit, putting your skills on display is going to create tension, because now you're going to have to decide between passion and profit. There's a fine line between the two, and you can do both. You can still accomplish your dreams while still helping other people accomplish theirs, but never put somebody else's dreams before your own. And the fact of the matter is that sometimes working with another person may render you the finances and the income you may need to push your dreams further. So you got to know how to give or take. That's why I was gone for a long time. That's why I've been pushing out videos like crazy and trying to get back in the graces of the algorithm. Because I was gone, I was out. But I love the space that I'm in now, and I'm giving you content. So again, number one, wait for the eligibility on the platform. 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? 4,000 public watch hours. Number two, sell merch, sell a product. Let's just say sell a product. A merch class, something like that. Number three, Patreon. You know, Patreon, Discord, provide value off the app, some type of consultation or channel memberships or whatever. And number four, put your skills on display. Put your skills on display. Put your skills on display. Just like I'm doing now, put your skills on display, because when people see great quality, they want to be a part of that. All right. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any comments? Again, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for those who had an opportunity to drop by. If you're just dropping in, please do me a favor. Go back, watch the replay. Faith House says, I needed to hear this. Monetizing to put your skills on display. Absolutely, Faith. And I don't know why it's got your comment way up there at the top. Monetizing to put your skills, and this is something people don't talk about. One of the best ways to monetize your comment is by putting your skills on display. Turn your live stream into a service. Shout out to my Ecamm fam, the Let's Get Live crew. I love the fact that once we going through the pandemic, there are people that didn't know how to stream. There are people that didn't understand the connectivity of mics and cameras and lights and all these different types of things that now get paid to offer these services to other people. It gets no better than that. And they are not monetized by YouTube, but they have found a way to monetize their content because their skills are on display. All right, I don't see any other comments or anything like that. So again, it's 2:04. I told you I didn't necessarily want this to be a long video, no longer than 20 minutes. So we're getting ready to get out of here. Do me a favor, hit that like button. I want you to hit the share button. I want you to share this with your community. Share this with your favorite entrepreneur. Share this with your favorite content creator. If you're trying to start a YouTube channel, if you know somebody who's trying to start a YouTube channel, share this video with them. Go ahead, hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, because if you found value in the content that we talked about today, smash that subscribe button and do yourself a favor. Don't do me the favor. Do yourself a favor. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. That way, every time I go live, every time I post content, you get a notification saying, hey, Walt is live, which lets you know Walt is going to give you some good stuff. So you definitely want to jump in. But again, Alexi Tillery says, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alexi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Thank you. Listen, I love it. I'm going to be dropping some information. My website information will be in the description. If you want to know what I use to record my videos, that information is going to be in the description. My Patreon. One of the things, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, I'm reopening the Patreon. I'm gonna have 3 tiers. I don't want to do channel memberships with YouTube because I feel like I can provide the better value off the platform to a certain degree. I love answering questions, but a lot of times with some specific questions, it requires either a whole lot of time that I don't have, or it requires a different type of hands-on experience